Hey everybody, it's Gary with CTY Customs Racing offering a recap of round three of the Gran Turismo Nations Cup. I have to tell y'all, I completely underestimated this race. I did not think that much about it when I first saw it, but it ended up being really compelling. The track, Autopolis. I like Autopolis. I really enjoy driving at this track, especially in Group 3 cars. I like the flow, I like the pace of it. Yes, it can be difficult to overtake, but no concerns for me over this one. In terms of the cars, Polyphony made an interesting decision giving us the choice between one of five Group 3 MR cars. Notable exclusions are the McLaren, Alfa Romeo. Both of those cars are really strong right now. The Lamborghini seem to be dominating early leaderboards and qualifying times, but all of these cars have great character. No concerns here. What really made this race were some of the details. First off, 30 laps. When you factor in the qualifying time and the lap times, that meant the race would be an hour or longer. You also had a personal favorite of mine, the grid start. I love the grid start, keeps everything bunched up at the beginning. A lot of drama comes from that. You'll see that in this race. And then the tire choice, or should I say, the lack of choice. You had the racing soft tire and two times tire wear that would end up being the factor in this race. Now, I apologize, y'all. I did not record qualifying, but here I am in P2 on the grid. The other major players in this race were not on the top three. Let's get into it. Round three is underway. I get an immediate launch off the line. P2 Lambo fell asleep at the wheel. The red Ferrari coming all the way up from P7 into P3 and into turn one. It's Ferrari one, two, three. No major incidents there. We did have a Lambo kind of going offline a little bit there, but immediately Ferrari's setting the pace. Now, one of the things that I learned from the first attempt at this race was that this was all about tire management. This is not something that Polyphony has done before, at least recently in my recent memory, where, yeah, there have been races where you might have to focus on pit stop strategy and choosing when to change tires. This race was all about maximizing the tire wear per stint. The better you could use the tires for longer periods of time without burning them out, the better you would do over the course of the race. So, based on that, I wasn't really pushing too hard early on. You can see it right there. I gave up a place to that red Ferrari. Clearly, he was in a mode there. He had a lot of pace, but he was also being really aggressive, and I wasn't about that. I actually gained a position back from him after that little mistake. But initially, I wasn't really going to push too hard. I really just wanted to get in a rhythm, get in a flow, and maximize the tires. I also think that factored into the car choice a little bit. And I know that, you can burn out the tires pretty much in any ride, but I think the Ferraris, among these five choices that we had, the Ferraris managed the tires a little bit better. For whatever reason, it's hard to say, but at least that was my experience. So, end of lap one, you can see the Lambo gained a place there. Lambo back in P3, but boom, the Ferrari's making a move. All told, this was, went a little too deep there, but that's okay. All told, this was a very smooth and easy beginning to the race. But, you got 30 laps. You have to really maximize every minute of these tires. The first 10 laps of this race were pretty intense. There was basically just me, the red Ferrari, and the black Ferrari up front, and kind of a constant battling between the three of us. We changed position a number of times. And here we are later on in the race before the first pit stop. You can see the three of us well ahead of the rest of the pack. Black Ferrari's in the tow down the front straight. Look at this great shot. The black Ferrari, very clean overtake. I ended up going a little bit wide here. The red Ferrari makes the move. I lose two places, but here's where some of the key moments start to really unfold in this race. P1, center skid marks is gone. Like they've disappeared. Here, that little black dot at the end of the first straight, that's them. They left the chat. They said goodbye. They took their cake to go. Now, fast forward a few laps after my first pit stop, working my way back up the grid. It's at this point that I realize P1 hasn't stopped yet. And I realize they are only going to make one pit stop during this race, which completely altered how I saw the strategy unfold here. Now, by lap 17, as we fast forward, this is when they're pitting. I can see now, looking at my tires, I'm at this point, I'm trying to assess, can I make it the rest of this race on this set of tires? If I can, I might have a chance of catching up with them. I don't really think that, at least in the moment, I didn't think that I could. I pitted a little bit too early. I pushed a little bit too hard, kind of in the middle of the stint, and I really just don't think that I can pull it off. But at this point, I'm realizing that the race is good as won. It's really just about maximizing what I have left now. Now, I want to fast forward a little bit to lap 23. This was a critical moment for me, and I think this kept me off the podium. Now I'm in P5. I'm working my way up the grid. I kind of give a long look on the inside of this Lambo or on the hairpin. I try to get like a little bit under him and get on the power too quick, end up facing the wall. That's never a good sign. Boom, lose one, two, three places. Just in that little mistake, even though I was able to kind of get back in it pretty quickly, based on how everyone else finished, I think I could have easily finished in P3 had that not happened. So here we are, lap 30, P5. My tires are shot. I definitely pushed pretty hard to try and catch up to the lead pack here. Was unable to make up any ground, but I felt really good about this outcome, especially after that little mishap on lap 23. This race was awesome, just watching how it unfolded, but especially how it unfolded for other drivers in the moment. And that's where I just want to give a quick shout out to Senna Skid Marks P1. Great drive. Not only was the strategy on point, caught everybody in this race by surprise, but the lap times alone, I think they would have come out P1 anyway. I mean, it was just that good of a drive from them. So great work, good job, good race. Looking forward to racing with them in the future. Speaking of the future, we have round four of the Nations Cup on Saturday. This time we'll be driving the Formula F3500A at Suzuka. What a classic combination. I guarantee I'm going to be bending it constantly. So I'm going to be jacking that traction control up. I hope to see you on the grid. I'm going to be unveiling a new livery for this car soon. Thank you, like, subscribe, all of that. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.